Hey there. I made a classic mistake yesterday. I saw something I really enjoyed on Instagram and I thought, oh, I could do that instead of the things I planned to do. So I grabbed me some paint and I mixed up a whole lot, forgetting to pay attention to the fact that if you're using colors you're not used to, you should mix them slowly and make sure they work well together. So what I got was a lot of ugly papers. And rather than throw them away, I have been stamping on top of them, trying to improve them and turn them into collage papers I want to use. So if you'll just bear with me, I'm going to put the camera in place and we're going to do one more layer and you'll see what kind of improvement that makes. Are we in there? Old lady learns high tech. That's what's going on here. So we've got a couple of layers going here. The marks that were originally there, the marks that I'm putting on top. And now I'm going to try just doing one more layer to really make these interesting. So the interesting thing for me about working with stencils is that you get 32 things out, at least I do. And then as you work, you find that there's one or two that really make sense and are really appealing today. So for me, this one that looks like knots has just been floating my boat. And I find that if I push the contrast on it, that I get pretty reliable results. And that if I use makeup brushes, left over from when it was quick and easy to go to the pharmacy, I can get some really nice contrast. So we're going to go for straight, almost straight white. Just a little bit of the yellow ochre there. And we pounce it up and down. Very light touch, not too much paint. At this point, I'm looking for transparency as well as coverage. I want them to alternate so some of those older layers show through. Maybe bring in a little bit of yellowy green, but not too much. If you get too much paint, you can go back into it and spread it around and use it elsewhere. And then I'm trying to try to blend those layers. Here we go. Yeah. This is beginning to be more subtle. Over on this side, let's bring in some of this gray. I want to leave those black marks. Maybe I don't. Maybe I want to let those black marks turn into little black lines. Yeah, there you go. Now that's starting to be interesting. And then one thing that I always love, this is sequin waste. This is the gift that keeps on giving. I never get enough of those little dots. I love marks that I make with my own hand. And in stencils, I look for marks that I couldn't make with my own hand. And one of those is this very regular dots, which is going to look nice with these organic marks happening here. I think what I'll do in here is I'll get a stamp and I'll stamp some text, but I need different tools for that than I have here now. This is one with the dancer and trees that's pretty good. I'm going to bring some of those dots in here where I still have some uninteresting areas. Let's see, if you hold down in one place, you can lift and see what you're getting. I'm liking this sort of foggy black that I'm getting because I'm almost out of paint. It really is remarkable how little paint you need to get a good stencil. And you know, now that I like that, I'm like, let's bring someone over here too. Maybe a little bit of that green, just a hint. You and I are the only ones who'll know this. So these are slightly different than those. Yeah. Bring them right across the top. Why not? There you go. I like how they, also this is easy. They just fade right out as they get close to that figure. Just a little bit right there. Here we go. Alrighty, I'm going to bring them so they're close to the figure, but you barely know they're there. Line that up. Get some darker gray. I'm going to be using these colors for a long time. I'll let you know. I'll tell you, I mixed up a lot of color for something I don't actually like. Gonna have to figure out how to use it. But that's almost a picture. Beware. Don't want to make a picture. Want to make something to make a picture with. Okay, one more. Here's green. That was the last layer I put on, and lots of those textured layers. So now we're going to come back in with some lighter green or yellow. Yellowy green, gray, another kind of gray. I want to use this leaf here. Here we go. And then while that's sitting there, I'm going to bring in these dots. And I'm going to bring in some different greens. We need green right now, you know? We need the feeling of spring and summer, outdoors. If we put this on top of that, I'm not sure I'll get anything yet. Oh, I did. I like that. Stencil on stencil. Cool. All right, lift that off. And there we get dots and a leaf and more dots. And then that's just sort of texture. Maybe we'll put a leaf shape over in there with dark. Let's try the dot thing again. Lay the dots on top of the leaf. Stamp away. Stencil away. Stencil's getting pretty cool. Not too much design there, but a heck of a lot of texture. Put that in the thinking pile. Here's something that is almost monochrome at this point. I didn't like where it was headed, so I put a lot of dark grayish black. So let's start with our dots. I'm getting real happy with dots and this yellow ochre that fades into the green. More light up in here. It's such a gray day today. Maybe that's what's singing to me. I got too much paint. You see how sloppy those dots are? Too much paint. Let's just take advantage of that. Put that down. Cover it. And wipe off some of that paint. Ooh! Surprise! A print where you didn't expect it. And then here, not much to write home about. So let's try something else. I think I don't have enough value contrast yet. Let's go. Let's go for just bright, bright, bright. And not too heavy. And all those little squares from the edge of the... I like those little square shapes that make those little dance across the page. Those are kind of fun. Lean in. Something nice happens. Something that you like, do more of it. There we go. That's going to make me happy when it's time to cut things out. And in the midst of it all, oops, I missed a little bit. Yeah. In the midst of it all, that little leaf right there. Now I've got some nicer shapes, some nicer papers, and I actually have images and fragments that get me excited. So I'm hoping now I'm going to make some good collage.